Did I watch Kendrick's halftime show? I did. As opposed to last year, which I had reacted to Usher's halftime show. Which was okay. It wasn't my favorite. Like, there's a couple from the past that I really, really liked. The Kendrick's I adored. And I saw it live. I was watching the Super Bowl with a couple of friends, and so I didn't react to it, but I did see it. It was epic. Not because, like, a lot of people compared it to other shows that had a lot of glitter and like those special effects or choreography or things like that. Although, mind you, this one had a lot of choreography. It was maybe a little more subtle, but it was important still in the overall presence of Kendrick and just like the overall message, but also like the energy of the show. But there were so many hidden meanings and things, like references, whether it was what's the line, 40 acres and a mule, which he said, it's like the whole there was a narrative to it. It was really interesting, like the whole time he was teasing Not Like Us and like, I don't want to get in trouble, I gotta behave properly, which had two meanings of like behaving with regards to like legalese and issues with like Drake and reputation and whatnot, but also the whole like Black Lives Matter and the presence of African Americans and the role that they have been imposed in society and the way that they're portrayed in the media. And so like they have to behave, they have to like be careful how they act, they have to be good people and like accept what we're kind of imposing on them. By we, I mean white people and those the patriarchy in positions of power. Anyway, all this to say that like the 40 acres and a mule is a reference to when slaves were promised to be freed. The government proposed that every slave would get 40 acres and a mule to kind of as an apology, right? I think they didn't go through with that. So they made a promise that they broke immediately after they freed them. Like, there are so many meanings of that were hidden, and the whole like gaming situation and the controller, like the PlayStation controller being the 4 icons, the 4 buttons, triangle, X, square, circle, and then the whole game over at the end, or like there's so many references that I was blown away by, and that's true. I don't know how to call it. It's not staging, but like not narrative either. Anyway, it was really, really well put together. It was really smart, and it had deeper meaning, which I adore when art has that. That smile was indeed insane. The fact that he called out Drake directly, and it's like, I think it shows that he's not scared, that he knows he's in a good place. So, yeah, he just felt confident, did it, and I cannot wait to see what the repercussions are long term. But anyway, it was really, really good. I really had a good time. I enjoyed it a lot. I'm not the biggest hip hop fan. I don't know a lot about the hip hop culture. I have some ideas. Like, I know that minimally, what I do know is that hip hop was an alternative way for gangs to confront when there was conflict, and instead of using violence, they kind of turned to poetry. And also, there are different types of flows and raps based on where you're from. There's a rap that comes from Chicago. There's a rap from obviously Compton. There's rap from New York, the Bronx, and so there's like different styles based on where you grew up. So it's really interesting because it has such a role within society, especially the Black culture. But it's like I saw a lot of like content online, especially on TikTok, of people who just didn't get it, or like white people who found the show was lame and they just didn't like it at all. And I'm like, of course you didn't like it because you didn't understand it. Like, you have to be minimally educated to understand what that show means and what the hidden messages were. And unfortunately, not everybody is educated in that sense. So, all this to say that, yeah, really enjoyed it. It was great. And decoding it after and like seeing all of the people debrief what this was about and what it represented was insane. I spent a lot of time on TikTok going through videos just to understand all the references and Easter eggs. And thanks for the question. That was a great question because I didn't address it last time that I streamed. And it's been about a week. Yeah, it's been a week to the day. So thanks.